Well, we've got Richard Armitage here, the actor. You'll have heard from Richard just before the break there. He's one of the stars in The Hobbit, The Desolation of
Smaug.
Smaug. He does it very, very well now. And you did well. You were one of the winners with the Empire Film Awards last night.
We did. We won Best Sci-Fi Fantasy. I think it's two different things. I don't think we're science fiction, but we're certainly fantasy. Yeah.
Fantasy, okay. Well, it's no fantasy that it is out on DVD and Blu-ray from the 7th of April.
That's right.
And here's a sneak preview.
If we succeed, all will share in the wealth of the mountain. You will have enough gold to rebuild Esgaroth 10 times over!
And all of that hair wasn't your own. You've got quite a lot of hair.
Yeah, none of that hair was my own. The head wasn't my own. The forehead wasn't my own, and the nose was fake as well. So.
Oh, excellent!
But that whole sequence that you just played there was a green set, so I was alone in a room, and everyone else was in a different set, and then they kind of piece it together. So you're acting to nobody, which was rather strange.
So they send you to New Zealand for 18 months and they stick you in a room with a...
Yeah, I could have done it, by satellite.
Okay, who read the books? Who was brought up with the books?
I was brought up with the books.
Yeah. Not a cult fan, but I read the books and had the
And did
books.
they translate for you well onto screen?
I think they're fantastic. I have loved watching them. They're a bit too scary for my children at the moment because they're too young. Come the orc scene, I had to sort of suddenly turn it off on one of the first ones because my children were too small. But they are. You just saw the trailer and I thought, oh, can't wait to see it.
And your devotation, Lisa, is to what degree?
We had Irish Wolfhounds, and often they've been in these sort of films because they're associated with the big castle kind of scene dog. And our Irish Wolfhound was called Bridie, and it was Bridie Brandybuck, I think, was one of the characters. The Brandybucks were the famous clan family, weren't they? And apparently that was what she was named after. So yes, that's my tenuous claim to Lord of the Rings.
It's amazing how many languages Tolkien has been translated into. I think that's why the movie has such a global reach, because it has pretty much appeared in every single culture in every language across the globe.
And it has translated into really great box office sales. 4th biggest sellout last year in the UK. Yeah. What's it like when you get that phone call and they say, will you be in a Tolkien huge hit?
I mean, I was such a huge fan of Lord of the Rings that when that came around, I really wasn't in a position to even meet Peter Jackson, but this is like a wish fulfilled for me to be part of it. And I think, when the 3rd movie is released this year, it will be the end of an era, really. There'll be 6 movies to watch. It will be the last visit to Middle-earth, probably on the big screen, so there'll be a sense of nostalgia about it. So I'm very proud to have been part of it.
And such a fantastic cast as well. I mean, we saw a glimpse, not that you were obviously in a room with them at that point in time, but Stephen Fry as well.
Stephen Fry, the great Stephen Fry. Yeah.
Richard, what about your own journey and your own experience? You're a lad from Leicester. You're on the international stage now, and you've come via the Vicar of Dibley, Strike Back, which we show on Sky 1, which is a tremendous series as well. You've been in that, and one of my favourites as well, Captain America. Went to see the new one yesterday. Yeah.
How was it?
Are you living the? I loved it. I thought it was a wee bit long. It was 2 hours 50 minutes, but it was very, very good. Very good.
Yeah,
what's it like living the dream?
It's it does feel a little bit like that, especially going to New Zealand for 18 months we all saw the experiences that the guys had on Lord of the Rings, so to then go and be part of that, it does feel a little bit like living the dream. But I hope to come back to the UK, do some more TV, maybe some theatre.